This week, according to some crackpot research, is supposed to be the most miserable week of the year, peaking with Blue Monday. So perhaps it's time to reflect a little bit at why the main news channels seem to help us concentrate on bad news stories and the seedier side of life. According to the BBC, 3 of the top 10 most followed stories of 2012 were about flooding. At number 7 were the floods in September.
As the heavy rain continued to fall, the inevitable happened.
At number 3 were the floods in July, and at number 2 were the floods in November. Of the other 7, 2 involved the murder of children, and another was the sinking of a cruise ship with multiple fatalities. And all of the time, rumbling in the background, has been the misery of Syria, without any real developments for months and little hope. There can be no denying that these are stories that need telling. But what bothers me is that on the whole, stories that could move mankind forward and positively impact on our lives don't get the exposure they deserve. And here's a couple of stories you might have missed. In Japan, scientists managed to create eggs from mice stem cells, raising the hope of a cure for human infertility. The US journal Science said it was one of the most important breakthroughs of the year, but you've probably never heard of it. And in Israel, Izar Gafni has developed a bicycle from recycled cardboard which could bring cheap, clean transport to some of the world's poorest and most polluted and congested cities. If you search the internet for good news stories, there are various websites that address this, but they don't do it justice. Perhaps we need fewer crime and more design correspondents, more science reporters and fewer war reporters. And that way we might just encourage people to go out and achieve more, and put a smile rather than a grimace on the face of the people at the bus stop.